I wasn't supposed to see that text message. If I had looked at my phone 5 minutes later, Dean Matthews would still own every dealership in the county. But I saw it. Melissa, the contact's name said. Preview. Tell him his credit didn't clear. No way we approve that beater he drove in. I looked up. The salesman across from me was still smiling. We'll get you approved, sir. Don't worry. That's when I heard her laugh from the glass office, pointing at my Corolla, at me. I should have walked out, but I didn't know she'd already taken something from me years before I ever met her. I walked out that day with nothing. No car, no approval, no plan. Just the sound of her laugh in my head. I wish that had been the worst part, because when I got back to my aunt's garage, the sheriff was there. Eviction notice. My aunt had died a week earlier, and the bank wanted the house. I sat in that Corolla that night with everything I owned in the passenger seat, and a letter I'd never opened. From R. Cole, postmarked 3 years ago. I almost ignored it. But what happened next changed everything. 6 months later, I was detailing cars in a Walmart parking lot. Cash only. Spray bottle, shop vac, 4 a.m. starts. A black Escalade pulled up, window down, a man in a suit. You Raymond Cole's kid? I said no, never heard the name. He tossed an envelope on my hood. He said you'd say that. Said to give you this when you hit rock bottom. Inside, a key, a storage unit address, and one sentence. Don't trust the Matthews Group. They took my lots. Don't let them take yours. I didn't have any lots, but someone was watching. The storage unit was full. Pressure washer, ceramic machines, client books, and a wall of photos. Dealerships. Every one stamped Matthews Auto Group. Under it, a notebook. First page. They steal by fixing what isn't broken. I proved it. Then they buried me. Last page, a bank account number. Balance, $78,143. And a sticky note. This isn't mine. It's yours if you finish it. I thought I had won. I was completely wrong. I started taking Mr. Cole's clients back, one by one. I didn't underbid. I showed them the photos from the notebook. Before shots of cars with no damage. After shots from Matthews' detail team with gouges, scrapes. All sent to insurance. One lot manager went white. How do you have these? I said, Mr. Cole kept records. He whispered, Dean said Cole died owing him money. Said he'd drag himself to death. That's when I noticed something impossible. The death certificate in Cole's storage unit said natural causes. But the last notebook entry said, M met me today. She knows I have the drive. If I don't call you by Friday, check my brake lines. Initials. M. Melissa. I almost called the police. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Storage Unit 19. You have 10 minutes. Come alone or the drive gets wiped. I drove. Unit 19 was open. Inside, a laptop plugged in, one file on the desktop. Play me. It was dashcam footage. Mr. Cole's car, Night. He's arguing. A woman's voice. "You take this to the bank and you'll lose more than the lots, Ray. You'll lose your life." Him. "The FBI already has copies, Melissa." Her. "The FBI has what I gave them." The video cuts. On the keyboard, a flash drive, no label, and a note. "You're not the first person he chose, but you're the last one alive." My blood ran cold. I didn't go to the police, because I realized if Melissa could flip an FBI case, a local cop was nothing. So I did what Mr. Cole did. I went underground. I started buying totaled cars from Matthews auctions. Every single one had a $1,200 ceramic coating on the invoice. I tested the paint. Nothing. No coating. Bare clear coat. That's fraud. But it wasn't the real play. The real play was in the loan paperwork. Every customer who got denied for bad credit at Matthews was sent to a second lender. Matthews Capital LLC, 29% APR. Owned by Dean and Melissa Matthews. They weren't selling cars. They were farming denials. Laugh at the trade-in, kill the credit app, then save the customer with their own predatory loan. And I had proof. But I didn't know they already had proof on me. A city inspector showed up. Anonymous tip, illegal dumping. I ran clean. Reclamation mats, receipts. He left, but said, "Kid, I knew Ray Cole. He was a good man. Be smarter than him." That night, my Corolla got impounded. Abandoned. From in front of my legal storage unit. $400 to get it back. I paid it. When I opened the driver's door, there was a photo on the seat. Me. Age 16, working at a car wash. Melissa in the background, handing her keys to the manager. I didn't remember her, but she remembered me. On the back of the photo, "You scratched my BMW. I never forget. M." I didn't scratch her BMW. But now I understood the laugh. It wasn't about the car. It was about a $900 damage claim from 11 years ago that got me fired. She'd been architecting my life before I even knew she existed. I thought that was the twist, but that's when everything unraveled. I stopped trying to expose them. I started trying to buy them. I took Mr. Cole's ledger, the dashcam drive, the auction invoices, and walked into First County Credit Union, the bank that held Matthews' floor plan financing, $14 million. I said, "Your client is running a RICO case waiting to happen. If you call the notes now, you get out clean. If you wait, you're co-defendants." The VP didn't blink. "We've been waiting for someone with standing. You have 4% equity?" I froze. "How do you know that?" He slid a paper across. A trust document. Raymond Cole's 4% in Matthews Auto Group didn't go to me. It went to me if I survived 18 months after his death. He'd been setting this up for years, picking people Matthews had hurt. I was number 3. The first 2 disappeared. I was the last one alive. and I had 11 days left on the 18-month clock. I had 11 days to force an audit before Dean could erase me. So I did the one thing they'd never expect. I applied for a job at Matthews Auto Group, detail department, minimum wage. Dean interviewed me himself. Didn't recognize me from the showroom. To him, I was just another nobody. Melissa walked past the office and stopped, stared. Then she smiled. Not a laugh, a real smile. "Welcome to the team," she said. I almost ran, but then I saw her computer screen. She had my credit report open, and Mr. Cole's, and 2 other names, both deceased. She was still hunting. Week 1, I worked nights. I cloned the service drive server to a flash drive. 6 years of ceramic coating charges. $7.3 million. 0 product orders from any supplier. Week 2, I found the real books. Dean wasn't the owner. A holding company was. M. Matthews Holdings. She owned 82%. Dean was the face. She was the architect. That's when I realized I wasn't trying to take Dean's dealerships. I was trying to take hers. But someone was still ahead of me. Day 10. I got a text. No number. Roof, south lot, now. Or the drive dies and so do you. I went. Melissa was there, alone, wind blowing. She held up a flash drive. "Yours, I presume? Found it in your toolbox." I said nothing. She tossed it off the roof. Then she said, "You think this is about cars? Ray thought that too. Dean thinks that. Men always think it's about the thing." She stepped closer. "It's about who gets to decide who's nothing. I decide. I decided you were nothing 11 years ago. I decided Ray was nothing when he found my insurance loop. I'm deciding you're nothing right now." I said, "Then why am I still breathing?" She smiled. "Because I need you. Dean's dirty. The FBI is back. I need a fall guy with 4% equity and a grudge. That's you. You'll sign a confession, take the debt, and I'll walk. Or your little sister, the one in nursing school, gets a 29% loan she can't pay." I didn't have a sister, but my employee did. I'd hired her 2 weeks ago. Single mom. Melissa knew. I thought I had lost, but that's when I remembered the dash cam. The dash cam from the auction car. I'd never turned it in, because it was still in the car. The car I sold to Dean's detail manager 3 days ago, for cash. And that manager always parked on the south lot, under the roof. I looked at Melissa. "You dropped the wrong drive." Her face changed. I pulled out my phone, opened the dashcam app, live feed, pointed at us, recording, with audio. Her entire confession, the threats, the FBI admission, the 11-year setup. She ran. I didn't chase. Day 18. The audit hit. FBI, IRS, State Attorney General. Matthews Capital LLC was seized. M. Matthews Holdings was indicted. Dean took a plea. 5 years. Melissa got 12. RICO, fraud, conspiracy, solicitation. The bank called the notes. The trust triggered. Raymond Cole's 4% became 51% after the criminal forfeiture clause. It transferred to me at 12:01 a.m. on day 19. I walked into Matthews Auto Group HQ at 9 a.m. The staff was waiting. I said, "New owner. First rule, nobody gets laughed at when they walk in." I still have the Corolla. It's in the showroom now. Duct tape and all. Plaque under it. This car bought a company. People ask if it feels good. Revenge. I tell them the truth. It doesn't feel like revenge. Because Melissa was right about one thing. It was never about the cars. It was about who gets to decide. And for 11 years, she decided I was nothing. Until the day she decided wrong. I keep one thing in my desk. The photo she left in my car. 16-year-old me. On the back, I wrote a new line under hers. I never forget either. Nobody. And every time a customer gets told, "Credit not approved," I walk them to the Corolla. Because the ending wasn't me own.